Coming up on Mountain News this morning, friends and family from across the mountains came together to remember the life of Mike Obradovich. And a thief almost got away with it before they made a careless decision to leave their phone behind.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche, and we are coming up on 6:30 this Wednesday morning. And if you're up getting ready for your first day of school, it's almost time. But before you go, I'm sure you want to know what it feels like. So let's send it over to meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast.
Good morning, Madison. We're starting off with warm weather, so when you step outside this morning, if you're headed to the first day of school, it's not really a chilly morning at all. It is a warm morning with temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. A picture here from Whitesburg showing you just some scattered clouds in the background, a few low clouds and foggy patches. It's kind of hazy here in Hazard. You'll notice that here on our WYMT studio camera. You look up here into the mountains and it's a little hazy and foggy in the background. Upper 60s for the temperature. Visibility has been fluctuating a lot. Williamsburg not long ago was near zero, now at 2.5 miles. So the fog is lifting, improving the clouds as they always do. But you will run into some locally dense spots this morning on the fog side. Watch out for low visibility. It's as warm as 75 at this hour in Lexington. Lots of low 70s throughout the area. If not in the upper 60s, a smidge cooler there towards Wise and Clintwood in the mid 60s. Few clouds in the area. Again, some foggy patches this morning. Otherwise, notice region-wide, we're controlled by high pressure, so we'll see lots of sunshine. From upper 60s now to low 90s later, Madison. Looks like a warm day with a few storms maybe later on.
All right, Mace, thank you. People in Harlan County made their way to the Church of the Resurrection to celebrate the life of Mike Obradovich. I was able to attend in Lynch to hear from those whose lives he impacted. A lifelong native of Lynch, Mike Obradovich was someone to look up to in Harlan County.
Just a good guy, good bulldog. You know, a lot of times people will say that people do things for recognition. Mike done it for contribution.
Not only did Mike contribute to his community, but he leaves a bulldog legacy for them to hold on to.
Him and his wife are the restoring of all the history of Lynch, and especially the bulldog room. That was his favorite thing. But people normally would have never given that stuff up without, the respect for Mike.
Mike and his wife of 53 years, Mary Jo, used their love of Lynch to create a place for memories to live forever.
His wife, Mary Jo, hey, hand to hand, anything that Mike wanted to do, Mary Jo was right there with him and worked just as hard as he did.
Mike was a coal miner who turned his career into a passion, later becoming a tour guide for Portal 31.
We're proud of that. We're proud of that. We come together as people and we work together in the mines. And it's just a family now that everybody cares so much about a man like Mike Obradovich.
And as family and friends say their goodbyes in Mike's beloved hometown, they are choosing to remember the legacy he created in the place he loved.
No place like home.
Mike Obradovich died on Friday at 77 years old. The trial against a man accused of killing London police officer Logan Medlock will continue later today. Casey Bird, who requested a change of venue, is on trial in Warren County. He faces charges of murder, first-degree criminal mischief, possession of a controlled substance, and DUI in connection with the reported drunk driving crash in 2022. Witness testimony continued late into yesterday afternoon. The jury and witnesses also watched body camera footage of responding officers' first interactions with Bird after the deadly crash. Bird claims he swerved to avoid a deer. In Campbell County, Tennessee, officials with the TBI say a Campbell County man has been charged with murder after a body was found inside a vehicle last month. TBI officials say Audi Green was found dead along Highway 25 West back on July 17th. During the course of the investigation, the TBI says it was determined Joshua Cox had been a passenger in the vehicle and, quote, was the person responsible for Green's death. Police in southern Kentucky are looking for any information that could be related to a possible murder-suicide. This after 2 people were found dead in a Corbin Hospital parking lot Friday. Authorities say 39-year-old Michael Salisbury shot 35-year-old Shonda Parker before turning the gun on himself. Both victims had gunshot wounds to the head.
We would like to just talk to anyone that had contact with them that day or the days leading up to this to maybe see if we can determine the mental state of the subjects or see if maybe they had some underlying issues going on that would help us kind of get a motive for this.
Police say the two had children in common and had been in a relationship. Police are looking for the suspect in an unusual break-in in Corbin. Employees at the Subway in the Trade Mart shopping center noticed the business was broken into overnight. Surveillance footage captured a man entering the building through the drive-through window, then leaving with cash register boxes. But the suspect dropped his phone. He later went back to get the phone, but he did not find it.
He came back at 3:30 a.m. and made a sandwich while he was inside and then left again. You can't make stuff like that up. It had to be drug related. I mean, I can't imagine that anyone in the right state of mind would have left their cell phone to begin with, but then when they came back and couldn't find their cell phone, just decided to make a sandwich.
Police identified the suspect as Timothy Randolph. They say he has been known to visit several homeless camps in the area. In Buchanan County, Virginia, a man is facing a felony charge after police found a man with stab wounds. On Sunday afternoon, police received a call about a fight that happened on Deer Trail Road in the Van Zant community. After arriving, police found 43-year-old Robert Bruce Jones with stab wounds. Whitney J. Owens was arrested and charged with maliciously stabbing with intent to maim, disfigure, disable, or kill. A Laurel County man is behind bars in connection with an attempted burglary. Police were dispatched to a home north of London on Saturday where they were told by a 911 caller that the man was beating on the front door and trying to pry open a window. That home was occupied by a woman. Witnesses also say 62-year-old Arlo Harris tried to break into multiple cars nearby. Harris was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A West Virginia man wanted out of Kanawha County for strangulation has been arrested. Reginald Corzell Moore was arrested in Dayton, Ohio on Tuesday morning. U.S. Marshals reported Moore had been on the run since July of last year. Investigators discovered Moore had been traveling and hiding from law enforcement in West Virginia, Ohio, and Michigan. He is currently awaiting extradition back to West Virginia. This week is National Stop on Red Week, a reminder that it is important to pay attention to traffic lights. Even though stopping at red lights may seem like an easy rule to comply with, AAA says some Kentuckians need a reminder. The organization says last year Kentucky saw nearly 4,000 crashes involving a driver ignoring a traffic light. Those crashes resulted in 46 deaths. And AAA says it's not enough to make sure you're following the rules.
If you are first in line and the light turns to green, don't just bolt out. Keep yourself safe and just take that second or two to make sure that oncoming traffic has stopped, that you don't have a red light runner coming at you.
Driving distracted and speeding are the top causes of red light running, according to AAA. And it is always important to be aware of pedestrians when approaching intersections. The American Red Cross is issuing a blood emergency. They say emergency rooms are struggling nationwide, and right here in the Commonwealth, in a little more than 1 month, the American Red Cross's national blood supply has dropped 25%, leading them to issue an emergency blood shortage. Both the Kentucky Blood Center and the American Red Cross had a special gift for donors yesterday. Anyone who donated would receive a $20 Amazon gift card.
Warm morning for us this morning, starting off the day at 71 degrees here at the airport in London. You'll notice background, a little haze on the horizon, a few clouds. Generally, though, mostly sunny conditions in most areas this morning. The few areas of low clouds and fog are gradually lifting up. You see it here at Hazard, have some of that high cloudiness and then gradual low cloudiness, the mountains bending around some of that fog and a little bit of haze. 68 the temp again here in Hazard. Visibility, though, not bad at 5 miles. Williamsburg has had some really low visibility, but it's improved from near zero now to 2.5. So the fog situation improving. Just watch out for travels this morning for those lower visibility pockets. 64 Wise, Clintwood, otherwise upper 60s, low 70s for most of the temperatures. Again, the readings are warm and the clouds will be limited after the fog burns away this morning. We'll be into sunshine. Region-wide, the sun is just expanding all across the area. We will see it through the afternoon. Highs into the low 90s with a few storms popping up. Madison, we